What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Devslopes Academy. In this video, we have another full Go High Level build out. In this video, we're going to be focusing on building an automation that you could sell to a local restaurant that's going to improve a variety of different things. It's going to re-engage customers to come back to the restaurant. It's going to automate the review process, and it's really going to enhance the customer experience as a whole. Now, why does this matter? Right now, a lot of local restaurants currently don't have anything set up when it comes to auto text, auto messages, auto emails, or anything along those lines. On a Monday at 2 p.m., which is typically a local restaurant's slowest day of the week, they are eating costs because people are not dining at their tables at that time. So we're going to set up a way to fill up those seats. Again, I can't stress this enough how powerful this tool is. You can easily sell this to a local restaurants for $1,000 to $2,000 every single month and really create an ongoing revenue stream by constantly maintaining this project that we're going to be building today. We're going to be building the baseline structure of this, but once you just see how powerful it is, you can see how much further we'd be able to take it. And these are the same processes that was used to build Devslopes Academy. 7 years ago, I met Nathan Savage at Jiu-Jitsu, and since then, I've worked with him as he has built Devslopes to over $35 million in revenue. Nathan was a freelancer at that time, creating systems and processes like what we're about to do for clients and small businesses. Now, Nathan is a CEO of Devslopes, which generates over $35 million in revenue. So we're taking all of these systems and processes and giving them to you. That way you can step into any local restaurant, any local business, and implement a system like what we're about to build. Let's go ahead and dive in and get started. So what are we actually going to be building today? So what we're going to be building is a second brain for a restaurant, and we're typically going to be focusing more around local restaurants. This is going to improve returning customer percentage, improve revenue, automate their review process, and enhance customer experience. A lot of small local restaurants know that they need systems like this set up and maybe have just kind of a baseline of this setup, but they're not optimizing and using it to its full scale, or they just don't know how to set it up themselves. So as a BizOps engineer, you'd be able to step in and immediately set something like this up. So the way that this is going to work, the customer is going to scan a QR code on a restaurant table for a free appetizer, a free promo. You've seen them before. If you've gone to any restaurant, they look something like this. It's going to be like a scan here. We'll have the QR code here, and it's going to get them into the next step, which is going to be taking them to a landing page. And on that landing page, they're going to fill out some of this information here: first name, last name, email, phone number, and their birthday. And then two things are going to happen. Number one, that customer is going to be sent an SMS to receive that free promo, the free appetizer, whatever that may be. And number two, a contact is going to get created inside of the CRM. Now, while that's happening, there's a couple things that we're going to be asking the restaurant owner to focus on. The restaurant owner has a job to do in this as well. The restaurant owner is going to find out which days are their slow days. It's typically going to be their Monday, Tuesdays in the afternoon, towards lunchtime, things along those lines. And then the restaurant owner is also going to decide on what promo items are going to be the most enticing for the customer, what free appetizers. They're going to know more about the product than us, so we want to make sure that we know what we're going to be promoting. These promos could be anything along the lines of weekend specials, special events, new menu items, birthdays, buy one, get one deals, whatever that may be, free appetizers. It can really, really go a long ways there. Now we're going to add tags to the contact based on what promo that they signed up for using our landing page here. And then we're going to wait for the customer to leave, probably around 3 or 4 hours. And then we're going to send them an SMS to get a Google business review. And this is going to automate our review process. Now, while that's happening, this contact list is going to grow over time. And using the knowledge that our business owner has given us, we're going to be able to send some SMS messages on slow days to drive more customers to the restaurant through enticing promos. And additionally, those contacts inside of our contact list are going to be added to a long-term nurture sequence where we're going to be sending them a variety of different emails here. And you can see that we could really build this out and do a bunch here. I just put 4 here for reference. So let's go ahead and dive in and get started on this automation. So the first thing we're going to do is go into Go High Level, and this is going to be the CRM that we're going to be using to set everything up. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new sub account, and I'm just going to use a local restaurant here inside of Lubbock, Texas, which is where I am from. So we're going to go ahead and do Lubbock Breakfast House, because this is kind of like the more mom and pop style restaurants that we would be aiming for. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put in my information here for all of this data here. I'm going to go ahead and use my email. Perfect. Gonna go ahead and add that sub account there. And perfect. Now let's go ahead and switch into our sub account view and get started with this here. Now, obviously we could connect all of these, like the Google Business Profile, we could connect Facebook. If they already had a website, we could move that over to with WordPress, whatever that may be. But we're gonna start from scratch since we don't have all of this information here, and we're actually gonna dive in and get started with this. When you're building full build outs like this, it's always important to have kind of a structure that we're going to follow. And for me, I'm going to look at it kind of based on what my drawing here has been set up with Exceldraw. I'm going to start off with building the landing page because this is the very first thing that we're going to need to be set up. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate over to the site section here, and I'm going to go ahead and go underneath funnels, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a new funnel and start off with a template here. And then I'm going to search up for food. Let's see what we got. I'm going to go ahead and click on this free appetizer one here, and we could probably dress this up and make this a lot nicer. Perfect. This looks super simple and super easy to kind of adjust with what we need here. So obviously we would replace the logo and the phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So we have Lubbock Breakfast House. Let's go ahead and put in the appropriate phone number. There we go. And let's go ahead and throw on a new logo here. Honestly, they definitely need a new logo. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and do something like this. Get your free appetizer. Click the button below to receive your free appetizer. Thanks for dining with us. Now this button here is going to take us to our next funnel step, and that is going to be where our form is going to be submitted. So let's just go ahead and kind of finish building this up here a little bit. Maybe we can add some really good testimonials here from the actual restaurant itself. So we'll just go ahead and grab this one here from Mr. Charles. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and now I'm going to go ahead and update this with all of the assets that I have here. And if you ever want to use or edit or need to edit some of these assets, you can always use something like Canva. That's typically what I use to make this super, super easy. We'll go ahead and grab the nice little pancake here. Boom. And then we'll go ahead and here, take our here. Nice. And then for here, we can make this just kind of like customers. Kind of pop that there. Yeah, perfect, perfect. This looks super cool. Exactly how we want it to look. And then we'll go ahead and just grab another food one here. Perfect. Awesome, awesome. And that is coming along nicely. And we'll go ahead and update their hours of service. So it looks like they are open Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Whoops. And then from Friday and Saturday, it is 6 to 9:30. And then 6 a.m. to 7:30 on Sunday. Perfect, and we'll go ahead and change this here. So this button here is going to take us to our Google Maps. I actually like that a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and just do a website URL, and we're going to redirect that to the actual directions page here. That link and go ahead and integrate that there. Perfect. We're going to open that in a new tab because anytime we're doing a landing page like this, we don't want them to come off of this. Now, granted, this is going to be something that they're going to be doing from a QR code, so odds of that happening are going to be very unlikely. But we just want that for security reasons, just in case we want to use this for something else. Because, like, let's say we send out an email, and that email is dedicated for the free appetizer, and they can use it to claim it, and then they can book a spot and come in. It's just another way to kind of re-engage people, get them to come in more frequently. So we're just going to make this nice and neat and make it more universal other than what we're going to be using it for. Diner, boom. And we don't need to worry about a newsletter here because we're not going to be talking about a newsletter. We'll just change this to our name. And there we go. Perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and open up the website. There's probably some better text here. New investor ready for 15 years. Save quick meals. Yep, I like that. Perfect. We'll just take that and make this a little bit better. There we go. Excellent. And boom, that took literally less than 15 minutes to go ahead and create. Let's just make sure that we swap this back out for our logo. And boom, that took literally 15 minutes to create. We just created a nice little landing page. Obviously, we could spend a ton more time on this, make it look really, really cool if we'd like to. But I think this is a really good start for what it is that we're actually going to be needing to create. So let's go ahead and save that one. And let's go ahead and go to our next funnel step here, which is going to be our claim and booking page. And this is where we're going to put the actual form inside. So let's go ahead and edit this up. So for this one, it's like to make your free appetizer, make a reservation below. I like where this is going. We could definitely use this for something else, but since it's going to be something that's going to be actually on the restaurant table, we're not going to need them to reserve another slot there. So we're just going to go ahead and come in and throw this in here, and then we're going to put our form element. Now we don't have any forms created yet, but again, we're just setting this up for what we're going to be using it for. So let's go ahead and just do that. So we'll do something like here. Thanks for signing in to claim your free appetizer. Thanks for dining with us. I haven't claimed it yet. To claim your free appetizer, fill out the information below. Perfect. And then obviously we don't have any forms in here just yet, but no worries. That's exactly what we're about to set up here in just a moment. So we'll go ahead and grab the phone number. Go ahead and put that there. Swap out the logo here. Assets, boom, and boom. And perfect. Now down here is where we're going to put our form. So we can go ahead and save this here. And then let's just take care of our thank you page and go ahead and edit this. Perfect. Thank you for claiming, signing up. Whoops. Will receive an SMS confirmation for your free appetizer. Need text confirmation. Perfect. And then let's just go ahead and fill this up here. Whoops. And then we can just do something like ask your server our complimentary, or we can do ask our server about our specials. Cool. Perfect. And then let's just make sure everything is all tidied and filled here. Phantasmo. That was super, super easy. Now we just created the entire funnel here. And that took quite literally less than 18 minutes. Guys, again, you do not have to be a design expert in order to put these things together, right? I always make the joke, my pictures were never hung up on the fridge as a kid. I am not a designer. I'm not an artist. But I can create landing pages, I can create funnels because I know how to utilize templates. I know how to put things together. So this is done. We have our funnel steps. Now the last thing we need to do is go ahead and integrate our form with the offer, claim, and booking page. So let's go ahead and go underneath our forms here, and we're going to create a new one. And it's given me a simple form to fill out here. I actually just want to use a template. So I'm going to go ahead and go back here and add a new one and then select from templates here. And then let's just go ahead and type in food. Let's see if we're given like a cool one here. Don't really like any of these. Let's just see what we got. I like something a little bit like, these are all way too, I guess something like this. Something like this might be a little bit better. Yeah, we can just change the colors up. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and add that in there. And then let's go ahead and dress this up a little bit here. It looks like this is a image, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we don't want to use that image. So let's go ahead and come in here and we'll go to our colors and backgrounds. Let's go ahead and throw on our header image here. And honestly, I'm just going to keep using the ones that we have set up. Nice. And then we're going to go ahead and change the block of this color here. Make this background a little bit more like a cream-ish color, maybe. If I can do this right. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. And then we're going to something set like this. And since this is going to be on the actual website itself, we don't have to go too crazy here since the website does it for us, or the funnel does it for us. So we're just going to do sign up for our newsletter and receive specials, promos, and free items, referring to things like birthdays and things like that. So we'll go ahead and just throw in some of our form data here. We'll do first name, last name, phone number, email's already set for us, and date of birth. And then we're going to go ahead and have this here. I consent. Yep, we definitely want to keep those there. And then let's just make this button kind of more in line with what our site was going with. I'm honestly just going to do kind of like a more yellowish. Nice. There we go. I like that. Perfect. And this is all we need. So for this, we're going to do free appetizer opt-in form. Whoops. Perfect. We'll go ahead and save that here. And nice. GoHighLevel makes that super easy for us to do with those templates. So now we're just going to go back to our funnel and go ahead and implement this into our offer step here. And then we're just going to make sure all the buttons match with what we need it here. So we're going to go ahead and use that here. We'll go ahead and throw in our opt-in form, and perfecto. That's exactly what we need. Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and save that here. And then let's go ahead and go back to our claim page and make sure that this takes us to our next funnel step by going link to. We're going to go to next step. And then here, oh, this is good. Good. Perfect. Go ahead and save that there. And then let's go to our offer claim here and make sure that once the form is submitted, it goes to the next step, which is going to be our confirmation page. Fantastic. Now, if we look at our funnel as a whole, this is the claim page. That's going to be the main page where they see everything. And then whenever they click on claim your free appetizer, it's going to take them to this offer page here where they're going to fill out the form. Once they fill out that form, they're going to be redirected to a thank you page. And you can see we can create a variety of different variations and things like that. This funnel step is so valuable when it comes to things like this. It's really a great way to kind of dissect everything into how you want it to be and track all of those things inside of GoHighLevel. So now that that is set up, we have gone ahead and taken care of just a couple things here. We have our free QR code set up with Canva, and then we have our landing page knocked out and completed. Now we can actually get into the actual automation side of things, because when someone fills out that form, their contact is going to be created inside of the CRM automatically, so we don't have to worry about that. But we do need to start worrying about how we're going to start sending them the SMS messages, because the most important thing on this initial process is, of course, they have to receive that free item promo. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So I'm going to go ahead and go underneath the automations tab here, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a workflow. And this is going to be a new workflow, and we're going to title this free appetizer delivery. Awesome. And this is going to have a trigger set to when someone, Oh, why does it? Oh, I see what it did there. Okay, so we're going to go to form, and when someone submits the form, and we'll make sure that that form is set to our free appetizer opt-in form. I forgot to delete that other one there. We'll go back and do that here in just a moment. So that'll be the trigger here. I can go ahead and get rid of this one here. And so once someone submits that free appetizer, what we're going to do is we're going to send them an SMS, and we don't have any templates set up right now, but no worries, we can set that up later if we'd like, or we can just kind of create the message here inside of the automation. So the message that we're going to send is thank you for signing up. Please present this code to your server. Free app. We can do something just like this, and we can have different code words for how we want to do these. So for example, if we're doing this one for the first appetizer, and then if they've already used that one, we can have something else set up for the next one, if we want, or we can just keep using the same one. So now we're going to go ahead and save that there, and we can go ahead and delete this email step here. And then for the actual SMS, actually maybe we want to make this a little bit more personalized and kind of put in the contact first name. So thanks for signing up, Bob. Please present this code to your server. It's going to say free app, and then the server is going to know that they have signed up for our CRM, and they have signed up for our SMS text messages, and then they will be able to receive that free appetizer by showing them that code. And perfect, this automation is set up. So now when someone submits that form, they're going to get an SMS with that code. And while this works, this definitely works, I'm about to tell you something that's going to separate you from being a good business operations engineer from a bad business operations engineer. And this is what we call humans. So what's going to happen if we keep this the way it is right now? Well, let me tell you. Let's go ahead and go to our actual page here. So we have our page here. Let's go ahead and claim our free appetizer. I'm just going to put in my information here, and we're going to say I was born yesterday, and I'm going to check these boxes here. I'm going to hit join now, and everything's going to work smoothly. And since we don't have a phone number set up, you're not going to see, I'm not going to actually get a text, but we can see that it tried to send me a text here. So I'm going to go underneath contacts, boom, I see my contact was created, and then I open this up and I see, hey, they get the code SMS, and everything's working just fine. Now the problem is, if I go back and I do this again, let's say I come in tomorrow and I fill this out and I hit join now, and I go ahead and look back inside of our CM, hey, look at that, I just got another one for a free appetizer, even though I've already filled in the information. So now the business is eating costs, giving me more free appetizers, even though I'm already inside of their system. I'm already enrolled in their promotion. And believe it or not, this is the kind of thing that separates a good BizOps engineer from a bad BizOps engineer, because all of this can be fixed with a very simple button. Let's go ahead and go underneath our appetizer here, go under settings, and take off allow re-entry. That way this can only be triggered once. And if a contact attempts to re-enter while it's still enrolled in this workflow, it will get skipped, and we do not have to worry about the customer getting more and more of those messages. So we'll go ahead and save that there, and we'll go back, and now this is completed. So now they're going to be getting an SMS message giving them the free promo, and we don't have to worry about them trying to take advantage of that, which people will. And when you understand humans, you understand BizOps. So this is already taken care of. The contact is created inside of the CRM. And let's go ahead and make sure that the tag is added as well. So we're going to go ahead and go back into this automation here. It makes sense for us to go ahead and throw this on since this is a free appetizer here. So we'll go ahead and add our contact tag here, and we're going to go ahead and create a new one. So let's go ahead and go into our tags here and create that one. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to put that tag inside of the same automation, because that just seems to make the most sense. So we can do this something like free app tag, and that's going to be added to their contact since they came in from the free appetizer confirmation. Perfect. So there is our tag here. That is exactly what we want to see. So now let's go ahead and go into our automation and add that tag, letting us know and letting us be able to track where these people came from and if they have redeemed the free appetizer. So I'm going to go ahead and come in here. I'm going to add a contact tag, and I'll add the free appetizer tag here. Now we can save that, and we should be good to go. So we're going to definitely take care of the review process here in just a moment. I think we're going to separate that in a different automation. Guys, honestly, we could come in here and do the exact same thing here. When it comes to automations, though, you really want to keep in mind, hey, where is everything? If I need to go and make any adjustments, can I do that? And I want to think in universal scale. So maybe I want to use that review process for more than one way. So we're going to go ahead and wait on that, and we're going to do that in a separate automation. So the next thing that we're going to take a look at is when the contact list is growing over time, we want to add them into a long form nurture sequence here. And this is going to be them getting some drip emails from us, just emails kind of promoting free promos, weekly specials, things along those lines. So let's go ahead and set some of those bad boys up. So now we're going to go ahead and navigate underneath a different tab, our marketing tab here, and we're going to go underneath our emails. And for emails, let's go ahead and go under templates, and let's start creating some new templates. And we're going to go ahead and go with our design editor here, and then we're going to go back because for some reason I have to do it here if I want to do from template. We'll go to email marketing templates here, and let's type in food and see if we got anything good. Nice. I think I'm gonna go with this cafe one here, and then we're gonna go ahead and continue that, and we're gonna go ahead and add in that email template. Perfect. And yeah, this is a super good way that we can take advantage of this here. So I'm just going to set up 4 of these, but obviously you can see we could build this out way more and just completely add a ton of different drip emails that they get over time. But we're going to start out with just 4 of these real quickly here. I'm going to make the first one, duplicate it, and then we're just going to throw in some kind of extra specials and things like that. So I'm just going to use some of these same images I have here, like breakfast house. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and just take some of their text here. And then we'll make sure that that is set to the color that's actually legible. And then we'll actually link this with the website itself. We'll fix up these buttons here. Whoops, I did not want to do that one. That totally did not keep that color that I wanted. There we go. Let's go ahead and do a different image. Oh, that's cool. They give us some nice little like textures. So we'll do a custom one. Perfect. Let's go ahead and throw these on here. I like to see it. I like to see it. Oh, that's cool. And then we can go ahead and put this one just something like, actually we'll use something like this here, a little bit more people inside. And then let's go ahead and make sure that our text is kind of lined up. And then we can maybe throw in kind of like a special that they're having, something like that. So let's go ahead and go, oh, sweet, they have a specials tab here. Oh, man. You know what's cool is this is a perfect example of something that you could come in and just make this 10 times better, because this is not a fun thing to see here. So we'll do every day from 3 to 6 from $6.99. So we'll do something like that. Every day from 3 to 6 p.m. And these are family meals, 7 hearty meals. Get meals from 6 $99. Obviously, we'd be able to talk with the restaurant owner. So that was just a perfect example of something that you could go in and just make that 10 times better. Because I hate to see that on websites like that. Perfect. So let's go ahead and come in here, and I don't like just how big that is. So let's go ahead and reduce some of that padding here, especially down here at the bottom, and then here at the top as well. And I think this whole section just needs to be reduced. Perfect. $6.99. That's about, what are these? These are typically 8. So yeah, it's almost 20%. So we'll just do something like 20% off family meals this whole week. And then we can just have this link back to our main link here. Let's make sure that that color is set. There we go. And then visit our website. We'll make that button go to the actual website itself. Perfect. And then I have another one here. Awesome. Oh, whoops, we already used that one. I meant to use the other one. Whoopsie. There we go. Ah, that's a stupid thing. There we go. Perfect. 20% off family meals this whole week. And then we can do something here. Gosh. Oh, we could definitely come in and redo that entire thing. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. And then let's go ahead and update that image with our logo. And then we'll go ahead and sweet. Okay, it's already pulling from the mailing address. We can do something like stop by. And then we'll go ahead and put in our, where's our tags? Oh, where'd the tags go? We'll just do it manually. Location, address. Perfect. So now this is an email that we can use as a template. Perfect. And now this is an email template that we have now just set up. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the little social icons here. Where is it? Let me get rid of it. Perfect. And now we're going to go ahead and save that template here. Let's go ahead and title this drip email 1. There we go. Save that. And then let's go ahead and go back, and we're going to duplicate that 3 more times. Clone. We'll do drip email 2. There we go. And then we'll do it again for drip email 3. And then we'll do it again for drip email 4. Awesome. Awesome. Now I can go into each and every one of those drip emails and kind of readjust it, change some things, talk about different specials, whatever that may be. But here's the really cool part. So right now we just have one funnel set up. That's our free appetizer funnel. But let's say there's a different special going on around, and it's a buy one get one deal. And if you redeem that, then you can receive a buy one get one for maybe an entree meal or whatever that may be, maybe a dinner meal, whatever that may be. We can come in here, we can duplicate this funnel, and we can title it something like buy one. We can do like BOGO deal, entree, and then we can go ahead and confirm that here. And then now if we open this up, we just have to change a couple of different things. So let's just change that real quickly here. We could change it way more if we wanted to, but we're just going to change just a little bit of things here. So we can do something like get your free BOGO code. And then we can scroll down, that should be good. And then we'll just change the offer step here. Oh, whoops, forgot to save. We can just change the offer step one here, change the text on this, your free code. And then for this, we could set up some kind of appointment here. So we can go ahead and add an element, and instead of doing a form here, we can maybe set up a, where is it here? Where's my calendars? There you go, calendar here. And we don't have any calendars set up, but do you guys see where I'm going with this? Now we can go ahead and save it here, and then we can set up our calendars to match whatever times that the restaurant is open. And then we can put this funnel page inside of our next drip email as a little bit way to make it a little bit more enticing. Because now we can come in here, we can go ahead and just grab that URL, and if we go back to our drip emails, maybe for drip email 2, we can have it set up to offer that buy one get one deal. And then for this, we can just change a couple things here on our drip email. We can make sure that the URL takes us straight to our buy one get one code here. And then for here, BOGO, claim now. And then we can just go ahead and change this one here, claim here. And then we can ensure that our link is set right correctly. And then now for the second drip email that they're going to be receiving, they're going to be tailored to getting a free buy one get one deal. And so if I go ahead and just kind of, and then so now for drip email 2, I'll be able, and so now for drip email 2, they'll be able to come in here and click on this here, and it's going to redirect them to the funnel that we just created for the free buy one get one code. And then as you can see, we could set up an automation for that free buy one get one code to send them an SMS, whatever that may be. And we can really start building out these drip emails to be a lot more valuable and bring people back into the business. We're going to start with those two there. As you can see, I've copied 3 and 4, and now let's go ahead and set up the automation that's going to put them into this little long-term nurture follow-up email sequence. So now we're back inside of our automations here, and let's go ahead and set up the automation for this long-term nurture sequence for our drip emails. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and create a new workflow. And the reason why I'm doing this on a different workflow and not on the same one is because I'm thinking in universal terms. What if I want to have a different trigger for maybe a different form that I create later that kind of sets up this automation? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this based on the same form submitted here, and I'm going to do the form for the opt-in form for the free appetizer. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a wait step. And I'm going to wait until maybe 7 days. And then I'm going to send them the email. And from the emails, now that we have our email template set up, we can come in here and we can choose our drip email. So I'll do our first drip email here. I can see it popped up just like that. And then we can do our name from Lubbock Breakfast House. And we can do from email, and we can just go ahead and grab the account email here, and then we can go ahead and make the subject something like get 20% off all entrees this week only. And then we can have that email set up. So now after 7 days, they're going to receive that email, and then we can quite literally just copy these actions here and paste them below. Boom, and then do another one. And then we'll copy there, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do another one here. And now we quite literally just have to come in and change these drip emails. And this one was get buy one, get one free entree Lubbock breakfast house. And do something like don't miss out actually here. Perfect. There we go, and then we'll save that one there. And then for this one, for drip email 3 and 4, it's still the same thing as our first one, so we can just keep it something like that. So we'll go ahead and make sure that these are saved. And perfect, that was super, super simple, super easy to set up. And if we wanted to, perfect, and now we have our drip nurture sequence, and we can set this up to go as long as we want. We can add some ton more drip emails here and have this really go for a long time. So we're going to go ahead and save that and publish that. This is going to be long-term nurture. We'll do drip emails. And if we had some snippets set up, we could come in here and do the exact same thing with text messages, so they get an email and a text for those promotions. So we're going to go ahead and save that here, and then we're going to go ahead and go back to our workflow. And perfect, now we have our drip email sequences set up. That's exactly what we wanted it to do. So now let's go ahead and talk about what happens when the contact list grows over time. We're using the restaurant owner's insights, and we want to be able to send them some text messages on some slow days. If the restaurant owner feels like, hey, I feel like today's a day, we need to try and get some more people in, then we want to be able to set this up. And the way that we're going to do this is with smart lists inside of GoHighLevel. So let's go ahead and save all of our emails here. Let's go ahead and go back to our contacts here, and we can see that we have our smart list. Now there's a couple ways that we can do this. So right here I see that we have a send SMS text feature, and then I can see that I can select the contacts here. So what we could do is we could set this up to where, you know, once someone comes in, their contact is going to be listed here, and let's say the business owner wants to just send a bulk text to everyone, which I think would be a really, really great idea after this is kind of built out and you have like 20, 30 plus people in here. Odds are, if you think about it, people are going to be coming into that restaurant, scanning that QR code so much. So this list is not going to take a long time to build out for text messages. So all we really need to do is we just need to go ahead and come underneath our marketing tab here, and let's create a couple snippets for the business owner to use to kind of entice people to come in. So we're going to go ahead and add a text snippet here, and we're going to call this something like BOGO deal. Hey, and then we'll grab their name. Miss you here at Lubbock Breakfast House. Right now we are doing a buy one, get one promo for entrees. Bring a friend or family and let's get you fed. The ROI that a business owner is going to get from sending mass text messages out like this is just phenomenal. So let's go ahead and save that snippet here, and we can create a handful of these in order to really bring more people in. So let's go ahead and just create another one here, and this could be something like weekly special, get all entrees for $6.99. I think that's what it said on the website. Whoops. Lubbock Breakfast house. And we can say something like book a reservation now. Then we can have the phone number for Lubbock Breakfast House here, 806, oh, whoops. We can have the phone number for it here, perfect. There we go, and then we can save that, oh, whoops, weekly special. Well, I didn't mean to caps that. Weekly special discount entrees. And we can create so many of these. You can see we can create 4 or 5 of these all right out the gate. And the cool thing is, on that day, let's say it's Monday at 3 p.m., the business owner is going to be able to come in and he's going to be able to see all his contact lists here, and he can come in and select this one here, and then he can come in and hit send SMS, and he's going to be able to send a text message over all of those here. Of course, we don't have a phone number set up inside of the sub account here, but you can see here I can go ahead and come into my templates. I can choose which one I wanted here, and then I can go ahead and send that at either a scheduled time or all at once, whatever that may be. And it's super, super easy to do this from GoHighLevel. So I go ahead and hit send there, and then we'll go ahead and track this as weekly special. And then I'll go ahead and hit send. And now everyone is going to be getting that text message. But let's say I didn't want to do everyone. Let's say I wanted to do it with specific tags. Let's say I had some tags set up for people who came in for the free appetizer, and I'm trying to bring them back. Now I can go ahead and set up some really, really cool things here. I can go ahead and add some filters, and I can filter by who has the free appetizer tag. And now only the contacts that show up are gonna have the free appetizer. And if I save that as a smart list here, I can do free appetizer contacts. Hey, and look at that. Whenever I go into my list here, I see I can choose all, or I can choose my free appetizer contacts. I can select all of those people, and I can do the exact same thing of sending a text message. And you can see just how far we could take this, right? We could take this 10 times further. We can automate these text messages to wait for specific days when it's typically their less busy days. This is why conversation with the business owner is going to be so crucial in setting this up. But what the business owner is going to see is more people coming in, more people filling up those seats, and that's exactly what we care about. So the last thing that we need to worry about is our Google reviews. So we've talked with the business owner. We've kind of figured out, hey, when are the days? What are the promos that we can use? We set up our snippets. That way he can send out those texts. If it's a slow day, if anything along those lines, we have text that we can automate it. Now we just need to worry about our reviews, and we can do this super simply, since we already have everything set up with our tags for the free appetizer promo. So now let's go ahead and go back underneath our automations, and we're just going to create a brand new one, and we're going to call this review workflow. And then now we're going to set a new trigger, and we're going to do that based on the form submission. The reason why we're doing this separately is because if we had some other areas where we wanted this to happen, we can add some different triggers that are separate from the free appetizer. So we'll go ahead and choose the form that is going to be the free appetizer form. We'll go ahead and save that trigger here. And then now we're just going to wait 3 hours, because they shouldn't be there for much longer than that. And then we're going to send them a text asking for a review. So we're going to say something like, hey, and then we'll take their first name. Thank you so much for dining with us. We hope you loved your experience. It would mean the world to us if you could leave us a Google review to help us Google review. And then we can say something like, you can click this link below and share your experience. And then all we have to do to make this super simple is we just have to simply come in here, and I don't have access to their Google business account, but we can just share our review one here. Where is it? Am I crazy? Oh, reviews. There we go. We can go to write a review, and then we can go ahead and just share their Google business profile. Copy that link there, and then we can paste that in the SMS, and then we can save that action. And now every time someone submits that free appetizer form, it's going to wait 3 hours, and then it's going to ask them to fill out a Google review. And that's typically where a lot of businesses need help on, right, is getting more reviews, getting more automated text sent out, getting kind of a workflow set into place, because actually going out and getting those reviews is a much more tedious and manual task, and that's not something that the business owner needs to focus on. So by having this automated and this process all set in stone, we can really make something special. And that wraps up the last thing that we needed to do here, which was send the SMS for the Google business review when the person leaves. Now all of this, I hope you see just how far we could take this, how far we could build this out. We could add so many different automations. We can talk about booking reservations with the calendar sections. We could really make this so far. But this is a really good introduction to how powerful funnels are inside of GoHighLevel. We can create more of these funnels based on different promotions that we're running, different specials, things along those lines. And then we can all of that tracked with our automations, with separate tags, adding them to separate lists that the business owner can go in and send direct messages to through SMS, or we can automate that process by sending long-term SMS or drip emails. And then of course we can really enhance and get those reviews in the door through our review automated workflow. And guys, that is a wrap for this GoHighLevel full build out. I hope you just see the power of this. This by itself, just the small things that we set up here, is easily worth $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And if you can charge them on an ongoing basis to help kind of revamp and keep adding onto it, you can really make some good cash with a local restaurant, local business trying to grow their business, bringing more revenue, more customers, and filling up those seats on those days that just aren't really that busy for the restaurant. I hope you enjoyed this full GoHighLevel build. We could take this entire automation and just completely revamp it and iterate on it and build more and more on top of it. And this is the things that we do inside of the BizOps Academy. So if you want to learn how to build more systems like this for local businesses, for service-based businesses and service-based industries, click the link down below, join the BizOps Academy. You'll be working with myself and the BizOps instructors, and we'll be able to get you where you want to be. Not just how to build systems like this, but how to go out and get the projects, how to go out and get the clients, everything along those lines. I hope you enjoyed this automation full build out. I can't wait to see you in the next one.